This is Arc Analysis.
This is an Arc Analysis.
This
Is an
is
Arc Analysis. This is an Arc Analysis. This is an Arc Analysis. I'm surprised. This is our what number Arc Analysis?
128.
And we have yet to find a coherent intro for This is an Arc Analysis because we could have copied and pasted the intro by now.
Didn't we do one and then I just haven't added it to Did we do one? We did. No, we did.
We have one that sounds perfect, but I don't know
Yeah.
what number that is. That's a needle in a haystack of Arc Analysis.
No, I think we do have one. I just never.
I don't think so, man.
Maybe not. I don't know. I don't know. Which episode do we sound perfect? I'm just kidding. Even though you just said it's needle laced.
I was gonna say assholes because I just love assholes. It's probably
That's
not
a
that
great.
one.
That's a great book.
It's just a great book and a fun episode.
That's a great book. Murder Falcon. Image Studios, written by Daniel Warren Johnson, drawn by Daniel Warren Johnson and Mike Spicer, from 2018.
2018 was rough. This guy was going through something.
Jake has been called upon as the chosen one and his band in a secret, not so much anymore, war between, what would it be, spirits and monsters and stuff?
Vecna.
Vecna, right? Another dimension where you have a being from that dimension that is drawn to you through an instrument, but not as any instrument, a very special instrument that you have to find somehow or stumble upon. And then they help your music through that instrument, then powers your being to fight monsters.
That doesn't sound convoluted at all. It's super linear.
It doesn't need to be. Doesn't need to be.
I say Vecna because this read to me like Stranger Things. And I once was a fan of Stranger Things in the first 2 seasons, and then it went to shit for me. They just started adding more stuff that didn't make sense and growing and growing and growing to the point that I don't know how it ended, but I'm sure it ended it.
Did you watch all of it?
No. I was done after season 3.
3. That's like me. So I haven't watched 4. Apparently 4 is really good, is what I hear, and then 5 is me. But I was like, I watched 3 was the mall season, right?
Possibly.
Where they have the different. It doesn't matter. I remember watching 3 and I was like, eh.
Oh wait, no, I finished on the one where Human Torch shows up. Joe Quinn.
Yeah, with the long hair.
Yeah.
That was season 3. Yeah.
Is it season 3? Okay. The ending of that, like he plays guitar on top of a trailer, and like I was like, I'm done with this. This is.
I don't remember that. So
I think that may be 4 personally.
So 4, yeah, I heard 4 was good. It came out during the end times, right?
Yeah.
So I remember seeing the first episode was like every episode was like an hour and a half.
Yeah.
The 2 hour, and I was like, I can't do this.
No,
I got intimidated by the runtime, and I just never watched it. But talking about Murder Falcon,
it's a lot of parallels though.
Yes.
The runtime shows this is an 8-issue arc, and you feel every issue. Every issue, a lot happens, but I don't know if anything helps progress the plot. You just find out that Jake is connected to all these people, and all of them have really sad backstories that we all get limp through as the audience. I like the fact that it seemed like he was gonna have to, like, this was gonna be assemble comic, and like I have to go find each band member.
Was that an issue?
It only took an issue to do that.
Yeah.
But by book's end, like they have an entire symphony, which I thought was funny and cute. But all the other stuff that bogged onto it, like this is a book of too many characters.
Yep.
Once a mastodon showed up, which I thought was super cool, but not really an integral part to the band, then I thought we're gone. And constantly I'm reading this, I'm like, where are we going? Like what's the true North Star in this book? Is it Jake's the chosen one? Is it Jake has to assemble the band? Or is it we have to fight this monster who likes rock, doesn't like rock, kind of Vecnar, wants to take over, can grow, can battle in your brain, can assemble people from other places. I'm a secret, I'm not a secret. So like that alone, that's too much, bro.
I'm a secret, I'm not a secret is perfect because it's like Falcon just shows up and it's just kind of like, hey, what's up, gang? And it's like, oh, he's with me. He's a fucking giant bird with like cybernetics. Like, what?
How? explain it. And that's the one thing that, like, if you just had Murder Falcon and never explained it, that's something you can kind of get away with in comic book lore.
Yep.
It's because it's kind of fun and kitschy, and like the fact that when Jake plays harder, Murder Falcon kills stronger. That's all you really needed for this book. I would have
That's
read
it.
5 issues of like Murder Falcon just going through the world and be like, "Hey man, we rock hard.
And it's just them.
You got to deal with them. That's it." But they added so much. Blue essentially turns into a Marvel movie. It turns into like the Marvel movies that we hate, a big blue beam, and it's like, we have to save the world. It's like, do you? And it's not even the right characters to save the world because each individual one is more depressed than the last.
Yeah.
And like Jake has cancer.
Yeah.
I think the actual writer was dealing with something because that Jake relationship with the head singer, and then like you're the best drummer of all time, and like there's like 4 dudes in here that have a wheelchair. Mm-hmm. Including Jake. Like, what's going on? Like, this was a book about therapy.
He's wearing a wig the whole time. Yeah. So that's the thing. So
why is he put back on the wig?
Yeah. So at the core, like it's a unique, fun idea for metal to be like weapons against the Veldar is what they're called, the Veldar. But like you said, I think it goes on for too long.
Yep.
Should have been 5, 6 issues tops. Mm-hmm. It's a proving point that you really have to crawl before you walk, because this is the same guy who did The Moon is Following Us, which we've done 2 volumes of that already for Arc Analysis.
Yes, we have.
And it's much better than this. But there's similarities, right? You can see, like, not just with the art, but the whole, like, it's us against the world of demon type thing. But that one was handled much smoother because it was the core family.
It was contained and controlled.
Yes.
This one was like, hey, man, you ever want to have a mastodon in your book? Yes, I do.
Yeah.
You ever want to have a giant lizard monster? Yes, I do. Do you ever want to have a gothic guitarist? Yes. On top of a Groot monster? Yes. Like, this is a kitchen sink type of book.
Yep.
And it could have been fun if you removed the plot of it, because there's like 6 storylines.
Yeah.
Man.
For me, I wrote here too, is like the cycle continues. Maybe that's the point, but it wasn't super enjoyable to read when it's just like, get MacGuffin, fight big monster, have self-doubt, reinforcements show up. Get MacGuffin, fight big monster, have self-doubt, reinforcements show up. Like, that's literally what happens like 3 times. Like, there's the Swedish, like you said, there's the Swedish gothic metal guys that show up, and then they're gone, and then like the Japanese like flute guy shows up, or
there's a flautist, and then like he gets a symphony, and then there's like the Japanese military that shows up, and
that's
like that was a fun issue. But I've been bogged down with like everybody's bullshit up until that point. I was like, I don't even have the energy to enjoy this.
That's exactly right. Yeah. The book's draining, isn't it?
They get to the choppers and stuff. I was like, okay, like you turned it into something. But I had to slug through 4 other issues of just like kind of Jake being a bitch and not really know what's going on. And then like his bandmates. I don't see this as a band that works, first of all.
No.
There's a pressing issue that the drummer stole the band out. And like, I'm not one to pull up race, but I am one to pull up race. I don't think a black guy, a black girl, a light-skinned black girl, and a blonde-haired, blue-eyed dude are gonna have a heavy metal band. Personally, by books, and you get the Rainbow Coalition, and there's a native guy that comes as a Japanese person, and it's like, okay, I see where you're building towards, but just be real. Like, if this was your in high school garage band, chances are there's going to be more white dudes than anybody else. There could be like one black dude, and I understand that. But to say majority black people, and then the leader's Jake as like this hefty, cancerous, long flowing blonde hair dude, it's like, I don't know if I believe that. I don't know if that's revisionist history. And now I have to call that out because it was such a hard read. And it's really because these characters don't seem like they actually interacted with each other. I don't buy that the lead singer and Jake are in a relationship.
Just say it's too woke. It's fine.
But it's not even woke though. What's the message out of this? Cancer sucks? Thank you, man. You didn't need 8 issues to tell me that cancer sucks.
Yeah.
But everybody's got cancer. Like the old dude, there's like 3 old dudes in wheelchairs. I don't know what his love with wheelchairs
That's what I thought. So when Jake revealed he had cancer, I was like, that's kind of a cool twist. So maybe it's like the cancer cells or whatever, or the trigger or the channel to the other dimension. But no, it's just anybody can do it, and it's like, oh, all right.
But that's a more interesting book. This could have been Osmosis Jones, where he's just playing rock music, and it turns out that Murder Falcon's in his body trying to like destroy cancer cells.
Yeah,
that's a more interesting book. Instead, like we spend all this time and like there's moments where they have to have heart to hearts. And the exposition and the writing and the dialogue is so dense. Book. it looks so much fun than it actually reads, and it's so
Yes.
annoying because you want to have fun with this book, and this book is telling you, nah, you can't really have fun here. You can't have fun to the bitter end, and then you can't because, spoiler alert, cancer sucks. So
Yeah.
not everybody makes it out. The only issue I fucking enjoyed was the first one because it was so like abrupt of like, hey man, there's this guy who plays guitar, and when he plays the guitar, a giant chicken shows up with a metal arm.
Yeah. Yeah.
This could be cool. Then it's not cool.
No, it's not.
Immediately.
Yeah, yeah. It's not. It's not.
Immediately.
It's funny because the whole time I was reading it, I'm like, I feel like I'm supposed to like this, but this is not doing it for me at all. It's not doing it for me.
Well, I think the cheat code is the artwork. It's bright, it's colorful,
Awesome.
it's inviting.
Yeah.
It looks metal, it looks rock and roll. Like it looks like it has a soul. But then you read it and it's like, ah. And for whatever reason, like the drum kit is a rocket ship.
Yeah, that's right. It floats. Yeah, it's because
There's
it's like drum kit. That's why she can't go anywhere without it, so it has to fly. Yeah, I see
there's
that. That's
fun
cheat code.
things with it, but it doesn't like it doesn't mesh together. Like just give me the fun things. And we've been like, this book is so weird, but I had so much fun because I wasn't expecting a mastodon to play with a dragon, but it
Yeah,
did. And then
yeah.
rock saves it all. Cool.
The fact that you say mastodons, like it just shows up out of nowhere, and it was awesome. But then it's like not awesome.
Because they're trying to put a story behind it. Like at a certain point, Murder Hawk starts leading them and like punches through a wall to be like, we got to go
Murder
down
Falcon.
this chasm. Murder Falcon, sorry. Because I'm big difference now. Oh no, I'm offending the Murder Falcon fans out there. Please let us know if you're a Murder Falcon fan. If I'm reading this book wrong and I'm supposed to read it back to front, let me know. I'll give it another shot. But man, like the Murder Falcon like punches walls and they have to go down their cavern into like this cave, and then they find different things in the cave. Like my brain hurts from trying to make sense of something that shouldn't make sense because I this could have been a fun, forgettable book and would have got an easy boom. But
Yeah,
because it wanted us to take it seriously, and because you undercut it with the serious matter of health, how basically everybody's sad in this book, and they can't even take the time to not enjoy, but like deal with their emotional missteps because the fate of the world is at risk and the monsters are constantly just flying out of nowhere. But like they had interesting ideas, right? Like when the lead singer finally does her full shriek and then she gets a wolf and the wolf takes out the bridge. I was like, yo, there's fun stuff happening here.
no, yeah, yeah. It's not all bad. It's just
And then she goes to a boat and
messy.
then like cries to the rock goth for like 6 pages. And I gotta read how like these guys are both emo. My hot take that we said off the line was heavy metal was the wrong genre to use for what type of book this was. This should have been a screaming goth emo type of like the world hates me type of music or genre. If you had
Yeah,
a
yeah, yeah.
soundtrack to the for how sad this book actually is and like pulled out all the color except for like two, you'd have something here for a specific niche who's like, I feel terrible about my life. Let me read this book that's gonna make me feel terrible about my life. But it looks fun. And that's why my brain hurts. I'm like, I want to have fun with these kids who could play instruments and travel on Groot and then use Groot to
Yeah,
go
the
fight.
big Groot. Yeah, the big like Earth monster. Yeah,
Every issue we get a new monster because we get a new character, and each new character has their own avatar. Essentially, it's kind of like Digimon. It's
yeah,
so weird.
yes, yeah. Digimon. Yeah, you're right.
Everything fun is so underdeveloped, and everything terrible is so overdeveloped that you're just like, I can't wait for this book to be over. And I was so happy when it was done. And it's supposed to end on like this kind of wistful and like
Yeah, it goes
moving
all
into the next
spiritual.
life.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
like, I was just happy that I didn't have to read Alex anymore.
yeah.
So I liked it for the different reasons, but like, no, this annoying.
Yeah, it is
No.
annoying because it starts out like you're like, this is crazy, and then it's just like, what is this? And I text you. I thought you were gonna be like it. I was like, I thought you
Oh,
were like because the artwork sells it or whatever. But I was like, man, maybe because I was thinking, like I said, there's something wrong with me. Like I feel like I'm supposed to like this book, but I just don't. So I'm just gonna own it, but I don't really like it, and I
it's
can't
set up
really
for you
figure
to
out
like.
why.
It's
Yeah,
the artwork is stronger than the writing. The writing is just miserable, and then
yeah,
doesn't make sense to the world that you're trying to paint. And then I don't get. This could have been the funniest book ever because if every issue you just had a random instrument that shows up and like, hey man, You guys need a triangle? It's like, yeah, sure, join. Like,
Triangles. I got the
ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling.
harmonica.
Yeah, and then the harmonica ends up having like this crazy frog monster that does something crazy. You're like,
Yeah.
okay, that doesn't make sense, but it's hilarious in this
But
world.
yeah,
Like the environment that you're building with your imagination, you can have so much fun. But the author decided to be like, yeah, but we can't have fun because our lead character has the worst possible thing, and he's hiding the secrets his entire time
yeah,
until he can't. So he's just trying to like fix all of the pieces of his life, which he can't really do, and save the world, which he kind of does, and like still play music, but nobody cares about the music at the end. You're asking for a lot when this could have just been dumb, fun, and full of cum. And I've been like,
yeah,
you know what? This was dumb, fun, and full of cum. I will
yeah.
remember this. But this was I had to drag my feet to get through certain points of this book, which
And
is
it's
amazing in itself because I haven't like panned a book this bad in a long time.
yeah. It hurts more too because it starts out. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna like this, and then it goes the other way, right? That's why it hurts. That's why it hurts.
And I don't get the villain. I don't get him at all.
No, I don't get him either.
And then when he finally had, I can incept you in your brain powers, I was like, fuck this guy.
Yeah, and then he jumps.
Fuck this guy completely. Fuck you.
I feel the same way.
And his design is amazing. I like how I can't place him into, I can't compare him to anything else other than Vecnar because I keep making Stranger Thing comparisons. But at a certain point, he starts controlling big bad monsters. I was like, okay, this is a cool idea, right? He's kind of got this
Yeah.
Rita Repulsa thing going on. And then that's not working out for him. He's like, you know what? I'm just gonna go in this guy's mind.
Go into
Why
your
didn't you
mind,
do
yeah.
that for the
That's
fucking beginning, man?
Yes.
Like, day one, like, yo, you don't have to take it all the way to Japan.
And he just grabs him from a portal too. Yeah.
I'm in your mind. I'm a fuck
Yeah.
with you. That's it. Like this book is over in 2 issues, in 1.5 issues.
Yep. He just literally reaches through a portal and grabs him by the head. It's like,
That's
okay.
it. And then he's
Yeah.
in his mind, and then we have all this
Yeah.
mind shit. I was like, there's no setup for this. There's no payoff for this. And then the fact that you made this one of his strongest powers for this emotional plug that you're trying to get from the reader because you're like, you want to have this. Because it's not even like a fight in the mind. It's like they sit on the bench and talk.
Yeah. This is in a park, literally on a park bench,
I
and
was
just
like,
have a chat.
oh,
It's like, he tries to manipulate him because he's like, I guess he can't beat him, join him type, or I don't know.
It's so mismanaged. And like the whole cool thing about like he ends up breaking the guitar, and like that was a cool theme, and like they have to go fix that special type of guitar. That's the only way you can save Murder Falcon. There's very small threads or strings. If I'm going to use musical, like just play the G string. I don't need you to play 5 other chords if you don't know how to play a song. You can pluck G for as much as you want and hit 2 other notes, and I'll get a rhythm out of that. But you trying to hit every fucking chord and every fucking string and hit every other fucking note didn't make a good song. It just made me be like, what the fuck am I listening to?
Yeah.
Dank hasn't been this upset in a book in a long time.
No. And that brings us to, we rate these on a good or bad basis.
Oh
Boom for good, ba for bad, whoosh for what I just read. I know what you're tempted to say.
I'm not going
Because I'm going to give it a ba. I'm going to give it a ba.
Though.
But this is a classic.
100% this is a whoosh book.
It is, yeah.
Page to page, not even issue to issue, page to page. Like, what the hell is this? What the hell is
it is
for Bruticus? Who the fuck is Bruticus?
For Murder Falcon. But I guess it comes down to, were you more confused or more disappointed? Right? If it's more confused, then it's whoosh. But if it's more disappointed and like annoyed, then it's ba, right?
I'm both. But to your credit, this book is a ba. But it's so close to being a boom.
How close? Like, it's close, but
delete 4 issues.
Okay.
Remove.
That's a big ask.
Remove any health scare. But just say you have a band of 4 kids who started a garage band and didn't know that each one of their instruments did something special and brought them a Digimon animal. And there happens to be this whatever. Their principal turns into like this weird monster. At the Battle of the Bands, it's like, you guys can't play in the Battle of the Bands. You know why? Because your instruments are too powerful. They don't let you know that, but he keeps saying your band can't play. Everyone else's band can play. You can't play. You guys break up. Why don't you want to play anymore? And then one dude who happens to be Jake is just playing the one song that he knows, him and his band knows inside out. And who shows up? Murph.
Murph.
Murph gives this little piece of advice. You need your band. Your band needs those instruments, and those instruments get my friends back. You don't have to explain why. You just have to do this fun montage in 3.5 issues to assemble all your group bandmates to go play Battle of the Bands, where all 4 of those whatever Digimon show up, and then they fuck up the principal. Contained, small, fun, and then you get to use these imaginations. Because if Drummer gets to be Mastodon and a Mastodon shows up at Battle of the Bands, your band's gonna win. 100%. Because this could have been why am I forgetting the name of it? Michael Cera's movie.
I was just thinking that Scott Pilgrim.
Scott
Yeah,
Pilgrim.
when you talked about Battle of the Bands, that's what I thought of. Like, oh, it's Scott Pilgrim.
You'll be taking up some space on that, but you won't be
biting it,
co-branding. Oh yeah, like biting really hard of anything, right? Like you're just like, no, I like the imagination. And then if you're doing instruments, because then it's a little bit of a superhuman samurai cyber squad, because they had a band, and every time they did Gigaheart,
you're right,
and that's how they got into cyberspace. So then you have that little thing, which is fun, but a forgotten art, and that's a little anime and stuff, because that was stolen from Ultraman. That's where they stole that from. Like, there's fun here. And then the artwork would just follow suit into, like, kids just want to play music. They want to have fun. They don't want to be against the establishment. And look at all this bright colors. This could be a fun book, but 8 issues, and then we're in Japan, and like the military's like, hey, all right, kid, we're trusting you. What fucking military is doing that shit?
The entire military. It just cheesed me. Like whenever they needed help, it was like the reinforcements showed up every time
immediately.
But I mean,
and knew exactly what to play.
We just went to closing, letting Dank rewrite this entire story, and it sounds more fun.
Well, is this better or worse than Ninjets?
Ninjets is worse. Ninjets is always worse because Ninjets is just flat out bad, and there's nothing redeeming about it. This has redeeming qualities. It was more disappointing than just bad. It's like, man, what do you do? Like, you don't need to do all of this.
Yeah.
You can pull some ingredients back, really.
I'm happy we read Moon is Following before we read this, because if we read this, I'd be like, I don't read anything else from this.
We didn't want to read the Moon Following. Exactly. And that's what I mean by you really have to crawl before you walk, because...
But it seems like he's working out something in this, because a lot of stuff has got to hit home. It's just how you want it to hit home doesn't necessarily work in this book together all at the same time. You don't need 30 characters to tell me your cancer story. You can tell me a cancer story that involves music.
It does feel like it was like his, like, we said this about a lot of books, is like, this might be my one chance. I don't know if I didn't research, so I don't know if he wrote anything before this on his own, but it reads like it's almost like, this is my chance. I got to throw everything at it to make sure I get everything I want to say into one story in case I don't get another chance. But I don't know. Because he's written a lot of Transformers too. I don't know if it predates this or not, but that's how it reads to me. It's like, I got to get everything in there just so that if I don't get another chance, it's all out there. But that's not really the best idea. So,
does the Falcon even murder?
No.
It's not good.
I gotta listen to Superhuman Samurai Cyber Squad intro now.
Gigahertz.
Superhuman Samurai. You know Tim Curry was the villain?
Yes. Tim Curry's in everything from
Sure, it's Tim Curry.
They're gonna amp it up. Shoot some gigabutt. They're gonna rip it up. Our hero always